Welcome, everybody, to another installment of Otakubros Live. I am your host for this evening, Gio here, and I am joined by my good friend Ryley, and we're going to be talking about all the November manga solicitations, because we do this once a month where we talk about all the books, all the manga books that are coming out. Ryley, how are you, my friend?
I'm great. I'm very good. I've been doing a lot of reading. Finally catching up on my backlog of I don't want to make it sound like I've read thousands of books this past week, but like the new releases from the past few weeks after being caught up with moving and unpacking and going on vacation and stuff. I'm finally getting caught up and it feels awesome, and I'm ready for all of these new books for this month because there's a lot of cool stuff.
That's what I like to hear. That's awesome. And if anybody wants to get these books, these manga books, you can do so at our sponsor's website, instocktrades.com, where you can get your collected editions and manga up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts, tack on an extra 2% to that. And if you order $50 or more in your order, you get free shipping. Also, fantastic customer service and wonderful packaging that you can only get when you visit our sponsor website, instocktrades.com. So yeah, with that out of the way, we're going to talk a lot because I was pulling up all the images to share for this episode, and it's a lot of books, man. So let's jump right into it and share my screen right here. We're going to share application. Oh, not that. Share window. And there you go. Can you see the solicits?
Yeah, I can see the little image there.
All right. So this is for the first week of November 2019. Our first book that we have is Our Last Crusade, or The Rise of a New World. I have no idea what that is.
Same.
Apparently it's a volume 1 from Okama. Cool. Here we have My Hero Academia Smash, volume 2. I do believe this is selling well because it has My Hero Academia name, but I haven't read it. Have you checked it out?
No, this is, I think, the gag manga, isn't it?
Oh, so it's like a chibi short?
I think so, because there's Vigilantes, which is a spinoff, and then there's school shorts or something like that, school something, and that's like I think it's like a light novel type thing. And then there's this one that I think is a
comedy
a gag.
bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. There you go. Next up, volume 3 of Daytime Shooting Star, story and art by Mika Yamamori. I have no idea what that is, but it looks pretty interesting. This is something I actually do want to read this at some point. I've only seen the anime adaptation, Kaguya-sama Love is War. This is volume 11. Season 2 just got announced, so I'm really excited about that one. Arpeggio, is that how you say it? Or Arpeggio of Blue Steel, story and art by Art Performance, volume 15. 15 of these bad boys.
Arc Performance.
Wow. Skip Beat, volume 43 by Yoshiki Nakamura. 43 of these.
That's one that I've like heard of for a while, but never read it. I don't even know really what it's about, but I've heard about it.
Yeah. Skip Beat. Shortcake Cake? Okay. Shortcake Cake. Story and art by Sue Morishita, volume 6. It looks very shoujo-esque, or maybe Boys Love or something like that. I don't know. The Water Dragon's Bride, volume 11. Story and art by Ray Toma. Hey, there we go. One of my favorites, Dr. Stone, volume 8. From Richiro Inagaki and Boichi.
I believe I just ordered that one a few minutes ago.
Nice. Now that I look at this image, it'd be fun if they do a Dr. Stone go-kart game. Because I'm looking at it, I'm like, that reminds me of Mario Kart. That'd be fun. That'd be a fun game. I don't know.
I was random side, but I was speaking of like Mario Kart and like kart games. I was just talking to my wife. I was like, "Do you ever play Kirby Air Ride?" And she was like, "No." And I was like, "It's like Mario Kart with Kirby. I should get it."
I've seen it, but I've never played it.
I never had it. My friend had it, and we used to play it at his place. It was pretty fun.
So yeah, Dr. Stone Volume 8. I love that series so much. It's awesome. This thing, let me tilt my head. Accomplishments of the Duke's Daughter. Story by Rhea and art by Suki Umemiya. I butchered that one. Volume 5. No idea what that is, but if you, hey, anybody watching, if you know about these titles and you want to recommend some of them to us,
please do.
Leave your comments down below because we'll check it out. We'll check them out. Volume 6 of the Quintessential Quintuplets. I personally don't like this series, but it is pretty popular. A lot of people do like it.
I've never heard of it. I mean, I've heard of it. I don't know anything about it though.
Yeah, it's a kid that basically is and they are terrible at school, and it's a harem rom-com thing. I didn't really care for it that much. Haikyuu, Volume 35 from
Also
Haruki
ordered that one.
Kurudate.
I'm still only like 7 volumes in. This is the volleyball series.
Yeah, that's the volleyball series, but it's still going, right? It hasn't ended.
Yeah, so at this point, it's with Food Wars having ended, this will be like one of the longest series in Shonen Jump right now.
Wow, cool.
I think I'm trying to think if there was another one going, because it's like One Piece obviously is the longest. Gintama recently had ended in the magazine. Food Wars ended. And then I think this might be the next one after that.
Ooh. I've only seen the show because I really do not have space for manga, but I've seen the show and I do own the Blu-rays, but I barely remember. I need to rewatch this. That's cool. 35 volumes. Wow.
Oh, Hunter x Hunter obviously would be another long-running one, but it's on hiatus so often.
It's on hiatus so much that we forget that it's still a thing. Anonymous Noise, Volume 17 from Ryoko Fukuyama. There you go. This I say to make my abilities average in the next life. This is by Funa and Itsuki Akata, Volume 7. I'm watching the anime because it's just started, and it's pretty funny. It's nothing too groundbreaking. Basically, it's an isekai story. She's reborn into another world. But in our world, she was like top class president student type of student. And when she arrives in the next world, she prays to God, like, please make me average in every single way. I don't want to stand out. And I actually want to, get friends and all that stuff. And for them to value me for who I am instead of my accomplishments and all that stuff. But it turns out there's a snafu and she's actually super powerful, and it's pretty funny. It's silly, but it's funny. I like it. Boruto, Volume 7. I have no idea who this guy is. I really need to catch up on Boruto.
I don't think that I do at this point either. So it might show up in this volume then, but I've ordered that one as well. I've been enjoying the Boruto manga. It definitely is reminiscent of reading Naruto, just kind of at a slower pace since it's a monthly series.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's fun. It's interesting. If you're a fan of Naruto, then definitely continue into this.
Yeah, I really want to check it out. The anime is pretty meh, so I'm very interested in the manga. Snow White with the Red Hair, Volume 4 from Sorata Akiduki. Akiduki. There's another big one. Demon Slayer
Yeah.
Volume 9.
Hopefully, we won't be waiting as long on this one as we did for 8.
Oh my god. Yeah. One Piece, another heavy hitter, Volume 92. Jesus.
Both of those I've
92
got on the
volumes.
way. Oh, this has got that scene on the bottom. You can see all the faces.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I shared that with you guys, but I was like, I used the faces as like a reaction for something.
I'm pretty sure that's like a parody or something from Japanese comedy, I think. Because it seems familiar. I don't know. Saint Seiya. Saint Seiya show? Is that what it says? That's a distinct font. From Masami Kurumada and Chimaki Kuori. Volume 8.
It's like a spin-off with, I don't know if it's all female versions of the characters, but at least Seiya is, like, Pegasus is female. I wanted to check it out when it first started, but I didn't, and now it's several volumes in, so I don't know. I haven't done it yet, but I was a big fan of the original manga, so that's what kind of tempts me.
Yeah. Another heavy hitter, it's I still think it's a little underrated compared to the other Shonen Jump titles. Black Clover Volume 18.
Black Clover never had the automatic like acclaim that we got from Demon Slayer, and even I feel like Dr. Stone even has, with its anime, has been getting a lot more acclaim in this first season, and like Black Clover is kind of like, it's the one that when people tell you to check it out and you check it out, like you'll wind up enjoying it, but it's not as like outspoken. Like people are not as outspoken about it as they are with other stuff.
Yeah, I attribute it to Studio Pierrot because their animation for that show is kind of wanky and janky at places, but I like it. It's fun.
Definitely got that
here
one.
Heavy hitter, Star Adventure Part 4. Is this volume?
Got my JoJo
3,
shirt
right?
on right now. So
Okay,
volume 3,
right
that
there,
would have
volume
volumes 5 and 6. So it has volumes 5 and 6 of the original Japanese editions. So we're moving right along into the story and stuff. And I've been reading it as the hardcovers are coming out, and it's actually the first time that I'm reading Part 4. And it's really good. Like I've watched the anime and stuff, and it's the anime did a great job, but I love the original art style. It's hard to beat.
Exactly. I was just going to say that. It's very hard to replicate. So how many volumes will Part 4 be in total?
I think 9, because I think it's 18 volumes total. And they recently solicited volume 6. So already two-thirds of the way through. We're 1/3 right now. So I think they release 3 a year. Okay. I think. I don't know. Maybe more. 4 a year.
Interesting.
I don't know. I have to look into it.
This thing, Mobile Suit Gundam Wing Endless Waltz, Glory of the Losers. I'm not a huge fan of Gundam Wing, but apparently it keeps selling because they keep making manga about it. Volume 14. This is Tales of Berseria, Volume 1. Sure.
Tales of Braziers.
Of Braziers. And that is it for the first week.
So as usual, first week has a lot of big ones from like Viz, Shonen Jump. So a lot coming out, and that's the like half of my month of manga usually comes out, and in this case came out of the first week of releases.
Yeah. For me, I am definitely getting Demon Slayer and Dr. Stone, but all of those titles are great. Let's go into the second week. As it loads, here we go. For the Kid I Saw in My Dreams, Volume 3 from K. Sanbe. No idea. Looks drama heavy. This is Konosuba, Volume 9. ReZero, Truth of Zero, Volume 9. Cover not final. Do you say Batum? Is that how you say it?
I think that's how I say it in my head.
Like the explosion. Batum.
Batum.
Batum Dark, Volume...
This is the final volume, Volume 14, or not 14, I don't know. Whatever it is. And if you go to the next item...
This one?
Wait, no, never mind. I think there's two versions. I saw it somewhere. There's Batum Dark and then there's Batum Light regular? Or something. And it's Batum Milk. Like dark chocolate milk. Batum White, Batum Milk, Batum Dark, Batum Ultra Dark. But there's like it's two alternate endings to the series is how I understand it. So you have the dark ending and the light ending. So I thought that both of those were supposed to be solicited here. Maybe it's somewhere else in the files there, but I've never read it. I don't know anything about it, but I just thought that was interesting.
Okay.
Batum.
Next, Bungo Stray Dogs, Another Story, Volume 1. I don't know much about it, but the anime looks pretty cool. Kageru Daze from Mahiro Sato. This is Volume 13. You got another big one, Full Metal Alchemist, the Full Metal Edition, Volume 7.
Yeah, there should be, I think, 17 total, 18 total, something like that.
Wow. Well, it is a long series. Cool.
Because it was 27 volumes total, but they're doing like 1.5 or something volumes per hardcover instead of being like a solid 2 volumes.
Oh, that sucks. Should have been 2.
Yeah.
Radiant, Volume 8. Man, I love those covers. I don't know what the series is about, but I love those covers.
I've been reading it, and I still really don't know what it's about, but yeah, it's got really good artwork.
Classmates, Volume 3, by Sotsu Gyosei Spring. No, that's not the author. What's the author? Azumiko Nakamura. Sorry, folks. Classmates. Requiem of the Rose King, Volume 11, from Aya Kano. That looks pretty cool.
That cover.
Mm-hmm. A Tropical Fish Yearns for Snow. Okay. Volume 1 from Makoto Hagino. That's a pretty interesting title. Kino's Journey, The Beautiful World, Volume 4. It's pretty popular as well. Our Wonderful Days, Suretsure Biori, Volume 1. Cool. Record of Grand Crest War. Is this the one that is based off of D&D? Or am I mistaken?
I have no clue.
I know this is based on something like Record of Lotus War and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was about to say, I know there's Lotus War. I
think this is based on something from the 90s. I don't know. If somebody in the comments can let me know, I'd appreciate it. Classroom of the Elite. It says novel, but I think this is a manga. Volume 3. Rine, Volume 31. I didn't know this was still going on. Jesus.
I think it concluded in Japan. And I think it's getting close. Let me double check.
Yeah.
But I'm hesitant to pick it up at this point because they're doing new editions for like all of her work anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm wondering if they're going to just wind up re-releasing this one in some sort of perfect edition. Let's see. Yeah, it ended in 2017 with 40 volumes.
Ooh.
So it went for a decent amount of time, not quite as long as Inuyasha. Inuyasha was like 50-something, 52. But it's the second longest of her series.
Interesting.
I don't know what it's about.
Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon Eternal Edition Volume 6.
I will be ordering that one.
Oh man, I don't. I'm still like at the end of the video. I want to show something for everybody, but like I'm debating if I should continue with what I'm going to show or get involved with the Eternal editions. I don't know.
They're really nice.
Yeah,
the artwork looks great, blown up. It has really nice production value. They're really good looking volumes, but I don't know.
how many volumes is how many volumes is it going to be?
I'm not sure. I think it's going to be close to 10 because it's the main series and some of the tie-in stuff. But don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. My mom, actually, I am. Yeah, I do like the art, but I didn't like the story that much. This is volume 18 by A.G. Masuda. This is another popular one. It's Witch Hat Atelier, volume 4. A lot of people have been picking this up and recommending it. I haven't read it yet, but it looks gorgeous.
Yeah, I've been wanting to grab it.
Skeleton Knight in Another World. This is another isekai for you isekai lovers out there. Teasing Master Takagi-san. I know the anime is pretty popular. This is volume 6. 86, volume 3. From Asado, I think. I don't know. Overlord. I think this is like a spin-off of Overlord. I can't remember the subtitle, but it's Overlord. Day of Death, episode 0, volume 3. Cover not final. Death March to the Parallel World Rhapsody, volume 8. That's a long title. Eclair Blue, a girl's love anthology that resonates in your heart. Sure. Happy Sugar Life, volume 3. This cover looks deceiving because you think, oh, it's sweet, but then you see the blood, and I'm pretty sure something crazy is going to happen in that book. So a little not safe for work, I guess. Is it wrong to pick Familia Chronicle episode Liu, volume 5?
That's a title.
Kaiju Girl, yeah, that's a big one. Kaiju Girl Caramelise. I've heard about this, but not really that interested. It's about you that can turn into a human girl or something like that. I might be wrong. Kakegurui Twin, volume 4. This is the gambling series, right? I think it's the gambling one. Because Kakegurui reminds me of the Netflix anime that was about gambling. So I think this is a spin-off? Not sure.
Let me see. And I looked up, and there's on Amazon at least 9 volumes solicited for the it's Gambling School Twin. At least 9 volumes of Sailor Moon Eternal.
Nice. All right, that's doable. I may do that. Monster and the Beast, volume 2. That thing. Interspecies Combat Girls, whatever the hell that is. Is it volume 12? Yep. Phantom Tales of the Night, volume 2. This I kind of want to check out. It is Reborn as a Polar Bear, volume 2, The Legend of How I Became a Forest Guardian. I am all about that. That's awesome. It looks like it could be fun. I don't know. The Honor Student at Magical High School, volume 10. Never heard of this series. Trinity 7. I've heard of this one. This is volume 18. Umaniko, When They Cry, Episode 8, Twilight of the Golden Witch, Volume 3? But it says 9? Oh, so it's not Volume 3. My bad. World End. What do you do at the end of the world? Are you busy? Will you save us? I don't know. These are some tough questions. Volume 5.
Is that the whole title?
End of the... Yeah. World End. What do you do at the end of the world? Are you busy? Will you save us? I probably am busy, so don't count on me to save you. So that is the second week. A lot of strange titles, but I know a lot of people are going to be picking up the Full Metal Alchemist, Full Metal Volume 7.
Yeah, I will be ordering that one. And I will be ordering Radiant, even though I still don't really know what's going on.
Let's go into the third week, which is a little bit shorter, I think. It's loading up. Ooh, there's some really cool titles. Let's see if it loads up. There we go. I'm standing on a million lot 4. First time I'm hearing of this. No Guns Life, Volume 2. A lot of people picked up that first book. Have you read it yet?
It was pretty good. Yeah. Yes, that was one of the ones
like it. It's fun.
I read this week or last week. I read it last week. It was a quick read, action-packed, cool ideas. I really think I'm going to have to read another 1 or 2 more volumes to really judge it. But it seems like something that I'm going to definitely wind up enjoying.
I thought it was going to be like super serious, but it has a little bit of comedy sprinkled throughout. And I like it because it's like, it reminds me of Cyberpunk meets Miami Vice, something like that. I don't know. Especially with the anime. The anime really goes for that route with the music and all that stuff. I dig it. This is another popular one, Children of the Whales, Volume 13. Beautiful looking series.
I've been wanting to get that series, but it's just one of those, like, the more I wait, the longer it gets, and the less tempted I am to grab it because there's too many volumes.
Levius, Volume 1. This is the second series, right? Levius.
Yes. So I still haven't read that first hardcover. It's on my stack that I'm looking at from here right now. But I've heard good things from people who have read it, and it looks absolutely beautiful. So I'm excited to read.
Yeah, and that cover looks amazing. I'm sold on it just for that cover alone. That's my preferred art style. They recently announced the anime, and it's so disappointing that they went with the CG anime. Mm-hmm. And the drawings on this thing by Harushi Nakata, they look amazing, and it's such a disservice, man. I was really bummed out about that. Urusei Yatsura, there you go, from Rubuko.
Also getting that one. That's another one of hers that, like I was saying before, is getting a good re-release. If the series is released in its entirety, it should be, I think, like 17 or 18 of these editions.
Nice.
And then just a descriptor, like, if you're a fan of Takahashi, if you're a fan of Ranma, you'll probably enjoy it. It's a lot, so far, less plot driven than Ranma was, and Ranma was still kind of loosely plot driven. It's more gag oriented. But yeah, Beastars.
Man, so I gotta admit, I wasn't into it, but I saw the show and now I'm hooked. And I actually ended up ordering today the first volume, so I'm really excited to collect the series. I'm in.
I enjoyed the first volume, and I was like, okay, this is cool. I'm gonna keep reading. It's one of those things where I could tell, like, it has a lot of, I can see the potential of where it's gonna go, and I really want to see that. The second volume completely blew me away. Like, there was multiple moments in that volume where I was just like at the edge of my seat reading it, and I was just astonished with like the abilities that this character, that this creator has in displaying emotions with these characters. And I think that the strongest, one of the strongest positive things I can say about it is that it's very evident why they chose to tell this story with animals, because there's a lot of like anthropomorphic character stories that it's like it doesn't have to be animals at all. Like you could have it be humans and everything would work the same way. But there's something about this that she utilizes the characters being animals so perfectly that it could not be humanoid characters. It has to be with these
Animals.
different animals. It has to be. And like if you
Yeah.
read volume 2 especially, you'll kind of get what I'm saying in the way that the characters they act and the way that they interact with each other and stuff. Certain things just you can't do that with human characters. So it's great.
Nice.
It
Man.
definitely still holds that kind of the first volume was very strongly like Zootopia, the manga.
Mm-hmm.
Second volume starts to shy away from that because it starts to kind of go away from that central idea that both this and Zootopia have, where it's like a predator, like a carnivore killed an herbivore animal or whatever, and it kind of shifts away from that, where that's still part of the story, but it shifts more into the everyday life of these students with each other and how they interact with each other and how they deal with these prejudices that they're receiving because of this stuff. So it's kind of the same idea as what happens in it's an expanded, like the idea from Zootopia gets expanded to where it's not just looking at this small series of events, it's looking at an entire life with these characters.
Yeah.
So it's great. I highly recommend it.
Nice. I'm even more excited now. That's awesome. I can't wait. I got to order book 2 now. We found out, I don't know if you already knew this, but the author, Paru Itagaki, is the daughter of the mangaka from Baki, the Grappler.
I saw that.
That's awesome.
That picture posted earlier.
Oh, that is awesome. Shomin Sample. I was abducted by an elite all-girls school as a sample commoner, volume 11. Yeah, okay. That's a long title. Legend of the Galactic Heroes, volume 10. Another fan favorite from the old school manga fans. Next up, this is Seven Deadly Sins, volume 35. Still going.
Still haven't read any of it. I've got
The villainess.
I think half of it.
I'm going to admit something. I don't want to get into Seven Deadly Sins because the main protagonist, the art style, it creeps me out. I don't like him. It look online a picture of Haley Joel Osment, and he looks exactly like the kid from Seven Deadly Sins, or vice versa, whatever. It's uncanny valley for me, and I don't like it. I know I'm weird.
Now Haley Joel Osment is fat, so
no. Like Google, for everybody watching, check out a side-by-side comparison of modern Haley Joel Osment and the kid from Seven Deadly Sins. And it's there. Maybe because Haley's face is a little bit round and the eyes and stuff. I don't know. I'm weird like that. I get it. Don't worry about it. It's just me.
Well, this guy looks like he should be in a Dragon Ball series.
I was just thinking of that. It looks very DBZ.
It looks like the type of character that would either have been created for one of those Dragon Ball spin-off games like Heroes or something, or a character from like Dragon Ball FA or AF or whatever.
Yeah. Or a filler movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom. Story by Satoru Yamaguchi and art by Nami Hidaka, volume 2. I like the art style, but I'm probably not going to read this. Why Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. All right. Another Ran in the Gray World. I read the first 2 volumes and I love the series, so I'm waiting to get the whole thing with volume 7 so I can finish that up. That's pretty cool. Is this Gleipnir? Is that how you say it? Gleipnir.
I would imagine. I have no idea.
Sun Takeda. That's a cool cover. Volume 5. Huh. Yeah. How heavy are the dumbbells you lift? I love the anime adaptation, and the manga is finally coming out. This is such a funny, fun series. There are some fan servicey stuff sprinkled throughout, but it's not about that. It's about comedy and lifting weights and getting buff. So it's pretty fun. Wonderland. I've never seen it, but that looks really awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a really cool looking cover.
Yugo Ishikawa. Huh. And Saga Book 11.
Finally, it's been a while.
Yeah, Volume 10 came out a while ago. Fairy Tail, 100 Years Quest. Now, Fairy Tail, didn't it end? Why are we still getting Fairy Tail books?
Yeah, there are still a few different spin-offs that have been coming out.
Okay. Cool. Probably an Adonis book right there. This, I do not know what this is. I apologize. I did not write the name for it. Whatever. You probably already know. Rascal Bunny Senpai. This is the manga adaptation from the anime.
I looked up Wonderland, and on my anime list, the synopsis just says, when humans en masse shrink down to a tiny size, a girl named Alice and her pup Poco find themselves struggling to survive. Surrounded by strange yet familiar sights, they work to make a new life. That's easier said than done. However, in a world that's bigger and more dangerous than ever. It's published by Seven Seas, and there's not any reviews on Mal, but it's scored 6.65 by 154 users. So it seems like people find it to be pretty average, but the artwork looks good.
Interesting.
And it's finished as of 6 volumes, is what it says.
And this was volume 4. Cool.
So
2 more. This thing, which I'm sorry, I did not write the name down, but there you go. She's riding a dragon with chicken legs, sorry.
Yeah.
And holding a big ass fish. Okay. That's it for the 3rd week. I know that a lot of people are going to pick up No Guns Life. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to pick that up. And
that's my cart. That'll be my cart for that week.
Yeah. Vinland Saga, that's also a popular one. And you just want to have a fun time, take it from me. You want to live an easy life and just have a fun time reading a manga about girls wanting to get fit, then how heavy are the dumbbells you lift? Finally, the 4th week of November. It's a small one, but we've got this thing, UQ Holder, volume 18. Okay. Blank Canvas. Sorry, my so-called artist journey. I've heard this is pretty good, right?
I feel like someone was talking about it that we know.
Yeah, I think this is like it's based on the author or something. I don't know. If anybody knows, leave a comment below. Sir Vamp, volume 13. Not reading that. I have no idea what that is. Fire Force, another popular one. This is volume 17.
I'm hoping to finally get into reading it because I've got all of the volumes on my shelf right now. Nice. It's just a matter of actually starting it. And like I was saying, since I'm finally catching up with all my reading, it's time for me to jump into new things, and I'm hoping to be able to jump into Fire Force.
Yeah. Witchcraft Works, Volume 13. That's a cool cover. I like the art style.
Yes, that's a really nicely done cover.
If I could reach you, Volume. If I could reach you, we wouldn't be having this conversation now, would we? Magic Knight Rayearth, sorry, the 25th anniversary edition, part 1. I do know that a lot of old school manga fans are going to be picking this up.
I've never read that, and I'm tempted because it looks like a really nice produced volume.
Yeah, we do have Omar's recommendation from OmniBros, so he's a huge fan of that title. Apparently, it's going to be gold foiled or something like that, and it's going to be deluxe sized, like the Berserk hardcovers. I think.
Oh,
don't quote me on that, but I think it's going to be that around that size. From Clamp. Generation Witch, Volume 5 from Uta Isaki. Cool. Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs, Volume 7. To Love Ru, Volume 17 and 18.
You know what's interesting about that series is that it's a Shonen Jump title.
Yeah.
But it's published, I think, by 7 Seas.
That is so weird. Plus, I don't know. To me, it doesn't feel like a Shonen Jump title from what I know of the series. I don't know. Maybe that's why. This is The Cornered Mouse Dreams of Cheese. Yeah. And that's it, folks. That's all the manga coming out on the last week of November. Out of all of these titles, I'm guessing the most popular ones will be Fire Force because of the anime. And for the old school fans, they're probably going to pick up this Magic Knight book.
If I get that, though, then I'm going to feel like I need to buy Cardcaptor Sakura.
Yeah, probably. You're going to want to have the Clamp collection.
Oh, man.
All right. So, with that said, I think, did you want to show anything that you got? Any recent hauls or something like that? Or are we good to go?
I can show a couple now that I'm finally getting to the end of my my reads. Of like, so I prioritized and I was reading ongoing titles first. So the last ongoing book that I need to still read from recent releases is Elfen Lied Volume 2. I'm about a third done with this second omnibus edition. I believe there's going to be 4 total from Dark Horse. I wasn't too sold on it with the first volume. Second volume has been pretty good so far, but I'm still not 100% on it. But, and I joked about this before, just who I am, I'm probably going to still buy the whole thing and then at the end be like, damn it, this wasn't worth it. And then, oh, I just like stepped on my cord there. There's
that kick-ass Dio shirt. It's awesome.
I've got a stack of books. These are all single volume things, including, like we were talking about before, Levius.
Ooh, nice.
It's pretty thick. It reads like an American book. It reads from left to right.
Nice. Didn't know that.
I'm not 100% sure why. I don't know. That's how it was originally. The artwork is gorgeous. There's really great colored pages in there. So I'm definitely looking forward to checking it out. Everything looks really nice. And there's a character that looks like a clown like Buggy. So there's that. And then I also, another nice recent hardcover that I have, and I'm looking forward to reading, is Taiyo Matsumoto's Cats of the Louvre.
Can you believe that our friend Jess Bragg picked up that book?
Really?
Yeah. Kristan convinced him to get it for
Well, so there's that.
That guy has weird taste.
And speaking of Taiyo Matsumoto, I still need to read. I've got Tekkon Kincrete. I got it in one of the damaged book sales on on In Stock Trades, our wonderful sponsor. They've been uploading, just another plug for InStockTrades.com. We talk about all the time the discounts and stuff like that, but something that we don't often mention is their damages. And one of the great customer services that they have is they will, if you have books that you receive that are damaged and you're not satisfied with the product, they will take them back from you. They'll, offer refund, or they will give you a new copy of that book that meets your standards. And so they do get a lot of people who are very, very picky. Just to be frank, they're really picky with the state of the books. So you'll get a lot of these damaged books that they get that are still perfectly good copies of the books that people look at it and they're like, I don't even know where the damage is. They'll sell those volumes at like a 70% discount. So if you go onto their damage sales section, you'll see tons of books, and oftentimes some really good ones, and they upload new ones every once in a while. Lately they uploaded a lot of new stuff, and there were some people who got really lucky and got a ton of really cheap like omnibus editions, and they do often have a lot of cheap manga. So if you get like a regular volume of manga, like a volume of One Piece, you can get those for like $3 a volume on there. So they do have some of those. If you haven't checked out In Stock Trades damages section, I'd go through there. I go through there maybe once a week just to see if there's anything interesting. But anyway, back, I got the Tech on Concrete on there. And then I have two other one volume things. This single volume of Kitaro. I started to try and read it a little while ago. I don't know if it's really my thing, but I gotta try it again. I'm gonna jump in and see if I keep reading it. I might wind up getting into it a little bit further in. And then this one I picked up on a whim because I kept seeing it advertised, like on my Facebook. It was coming up in ads, and that's Tony Takezaki's Neon Genesis Evangelion. Yeah, an Eva unit eating ramen. It's kind of an Eva gag manga in a way, but with really good artwork. It kind of reminds me of Excel Saga in that it's kind of like a funny series that is drawn more like a serious title.
Yeah.
So I haven't read any of it. It's a thin little paperback from Dark Horse, but it's really nice looking. I'm expecting that for a fan of Evangelion, that this is going to be a really fun book to read. Just kind of a spoof on some of the stuff that happens in Evangelion. So yeah, that's my current to read pile. And then after this, like I said, I'm going to be looking at hopefully starting another series like Fire Force pretty soon.
Nice.
I have a lot of stuff that I need to read, obviously.
I showed this off on OmniBros, but I did pick up just a couple titles. You got Berserk Volume 40. That
was a great volume, by the way.
Oh, I can't wait to read it. I was looking through the drawings a little while ago, and it looks awesome. Volume 11 of Ancient Magus Bride, and of course, Volume 8 of Demon Slayer. So that's all I got. Pretty light month in October, but I am going to pick up some books in November. But if you want to pick up some books in November, you can do so by visiting our website, our sponsor website, InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions and manga, of course, because we're talking manga tonight. Loyalty discounts, tack on an extra 2% to that. And if you order $50 or more, you get free shipping. InStock Trades has the best, fantastic, wonderful, amazing, spectacular customer service and an even better packaging on their orders. So go ahead and visit our sponsor website, InStockTrades.com, and get started on those manga volumes. So that's about it. We wrapped it up a little bit earlier than usual. Everybody watching at home, thank you so much for tuning in. Visit our sponsor and leave in the comments below, leave what you are going to be picking up in the month of November. We are pretty interested in finding out what the fans are picking up.
And let us know
Also,
anything
yeah.
that we're not familiar with. And
Mhm.
if it's something that you think that we would enjoy based on what we talk about in the show, let us
Yeah.
know. Because I know we're both always looking for new stuff, new cool things.
Yeah, definitely. There was something else I wanted to mention. The next episode of Otakubros Live. Hopefully, we will have a full panel because we are going to be doing the first episode on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. We're going to be talking about that. So please do join us, which I think will be 2 weeks from now, right? Or
That's
something
it.
like that. Mid-November, we're going to do that. And hopefully the rest of our otaku family will be here nerding out about JoJo's. So look forward to that. All right, we have got to go. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Ryley, where can they find you so they can keep in touch?
You can find me on my channel, Ryleymo, RYLEYMO. I'm looking to, hopefully this weekend, since I'm free, make a video, probably a haul video, and hopefully a couple of reviews, since I've
Nice.
finally gotten a lot of reading in after settling into my new home.
That's what I like to hear. Awesome. You can find me at my YouTube page, A Week in Geekdom, where I talk about anime, comics, manga, and everything else in pop culture. That's A Week in Geekdom. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Blessings to all. Be safe out there, and we will see all of you on Sunday for Omnibroslive Sunday News Extravaganza. Goodbye, everybody.
Peace out, guys.
Bye.